Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining on this webinar. We are really excited about our Say Something Call to Action Week launching this February 25th through March 1st, 2019. Today's goal is to deal with best practices for our Say Something Call to Action, or you might hear me say CTA week. My name is Brandon Rainey. I am the senior trainer for Sandy Hook Promise, and I am excited to just have this moment as we are all excited about CTA week that is rapidly approaching. Just looking at some best practices, let's dive into just the purpose of Call to Action Week. First one, this idea of encouraging students how to be upstanders in their community by teaching students how to identify, recognize, acknowledge, look for warning signs from individuals who may want to hurt themselves or want to hurt others, and how to say something about these warning signs to a trusted adult. Second purpose is to engage the school community in events, activities, and trainings that promote this upstander behavior. 3 steps to success. The first step is organize and plan. Second, conduct student training. Third, engage school community. As we dive into step 1, establish a Say Something Call to Action committee comprised of adults and student leaders. We recommend each committee member read the planning guide, toolkit, and review the supplementary materials. Second step with organize and plan is to schedule planning meetings, which are Call to Action committee, at least 1 month ahead of the CTA week. You want to plan who will deliver the Say Something student training, when to conduct the student training on the first day of Call to Action week, what Call to Action week activities will be implemented, and how to educate all the teachers and staff about Say Something CTA week expectations, because you want to increase the awareness on your campus, but also to get the buy-in just across. All of us working together to make this a very successful Say Something Call to Action week. Tip in the process: develop processes for students to develop and or expand on ideas. What we found is that many schools have reported positive results when adults develop the initial ideas for the activities. They then present it to the students, but then the students are empowered and encouraged to build on these initial ideas to make them even more engaging. So please take this tip. Allow your students to be a part of the process of developing and expanding so that they can really make sure that it's the most engaging across the campus for students. So that was step 1, plan and organize. Now we move into step 2, conduct the student training. Promote Say Something Call to Action Week at least 1 week in advance in order to best prepare and engage your students. Schedule student training on the first day of CTA week. Schedule the training at times where students have an opportunity afterwards to discuss and process. So our recommendation is not the last period of the day. And then towards the end of the student training, promote the activities your school has planned for the week, as well as recognize the adults. Step 3, engage the school community. Below are examples of Call to Action Week activities, which are divided into 3 categories. So we're going to look at a couple of ideas and activities for classroom activities. These are the educators can implement during one class or multiple classes. Then we'll look into student activities. These are activities that students can lead on their own. And then finally, we'll look at school-wide activities that students, school leadership, and community members can implement collaboratively, working all together to have one successful 2019 Call to Action Week. All right, let's dive in. Classroom activities. The Evan video. At this point, you've seen our very successful PSA called Evan. With this activity, you can show students the video 2 times. The first time you show it, but then after the first time, ask students for their initial reaction and what stood out. and then show the students the video again to reinforce the signs, signals, and threats that they may have missed in the first showing of the video. Another activity, identify a trusted adult. Ask students to write down who they consider to be trusted adults. These are adults that they would say something to if they saw the warning signs, signals, or threats that individuals might hurt themselves or hurt others. Another classroom activity, say something poster. Create a large poster with butcher paper that reads, if this person needed help, I would want you to say something. From there, you would encourage students to write the names of family members, friends, classmates, and teachers. Another classroom activity, research historical upstanders. Have students take this time to research and present the origin and meaning of upstander, as well as the role of upstanders throughout history. For example, looking at the upstanders, the people who spoke out during the Holocaust or during the Civil Rights Movement in the United States, India, South Africa, etc. Say something contests. Organize classroom contests where students develop a piece of writing, a video, or a piece of art that exemplifies the say something themes. Establish a student panel. Great way to have the students involved to evaluate the submissions and choose the winners in each category. Couple of examples of what I just said. Chapel Hill High School, as you see this beautiful butcher paper, and they wrote, if this person needed help, I will want you to say something. From there, at Chapel Hill High School in North Carolina, you see that the students wrote the names of family members and classmates and teachers, etc., all across this butcher paper. Or then over at Dishtown High School, we see that the teachers organize a Create a Promise pledge on green paper that asks students to promise to live the 3 say something steps. Reminder of what those steps are: look for warning signs, signals, and threats, act immediately, take it seriously, and say something to a trusted adult. Afterwards, they organize a class activity for students to discuss who their trusted adults are and why it's important to say something. Then you have student activities. Social media. Students post photos on social media with messages that promote the Say Something program. For example, someone might say, I made the promise to hashtag say something, or I am a hashtag upstander, or hashtag say something. Students can tag their school and invite parents and community members to join them. It's really cool idea to really empower students to use their social media, use the hashtags. Tabling event. Students collaborate with school leaders to set up a say something table before school, during lunch, after school. The table would have say something literature, as well as student created messages that promote the Say Something program. Editorials. Students write an editorial for their student newspaper describing the Say Something program, as well as the importance of saying something to a trusted adult. Student contests. Students collaborate with school leaders to organize Say Something contests before school, during lunch, after school, homeroom that promote Say Something. For example, this could be a selfie or Instagram contest, a poster making contest, video contest, or my favorite on this list of examples, a pie eating contest with the Say Something logo at the bottom of the pie tin. Morning announcements. Students collaborate with school leaders to give school-wide morning announcements to promote the Say Something program. Remind students how to identify warning signs, intervene, and get help for individuals before they hurt themselves or others. Some examples. At Dishtown High School, students organize a selfie station where students can show the importance of being an upstander, as well as promote the reasons for the Say Something. Using the sentence starter, I will say something because, and then describing the reasons they will look out for their classrooms. Creating a selfie station doesn't take a whole lot of work, and as we see in the picture, it looked like to be a very successful event for them. Or if you travel over to Hollow Hills, Illinois, they created a large promise pledge that asks students to take our 3 steps: look for warning signs, signals, and threats, act immediately, take it seriously, and say something to a trusted adult. There you see the students sign their names all around this large promise pledge, them joining in with the mission of the school. Then over in Biloxi, Mississippi, students established a Save Promise Club to sustain the Say Something principles throughout the year and use the CTA week as an opportunity to recruit new members. Our Save Promise Clubs are powerful. It's something that is happening across the nation, and these students, for a part of these clubs, are creating some amazing activities. I've had the opportunity to see really great stuff happen because the Save Promise Clubs are really involved in the CTA week. But it's, as you see in this picture, a great opportunity also to recruit new members to join and be a part of the action of being an upstander. And then you have school-wide activities. Some examples: Wear Green Day. As you know, or may not know, green is the Sandy Hook Promise color. During our Say Something CTA week, we want to raise awareness for our Say Something program, asking students to just wear green and support. School-wide activities, website and media sites, school leadership posts to Say Something video, as well as Say Something key messages on their school websites and social media sites. And then the avatar, taking our Say Something logo and changing your social media avatar uh, during Say Something Call to Action Week, as well as providing links to the web page with more information about Say Something. We're showing that the school is in support of students being upstanders and saying something. Parent outreach, always important to get the parents involved. School leadership can send letters and emails to parents and caregivers that describe the Say Something program as well as activities that are happening during Say Something Call to Action Week. In addition, the correspondence provides parents guidance. Proclamation. This is school leadership inviting city or town school boards, city council, mayor, police chief, etc., to sign a proclamation that promotes the Say Something program. From there, the proclamation is then shared with the local media. Examples: Harvest Middle School in California, they organized a Wear Green Day, where the students all wore some sort of green to just raise awareness for the program. Also, Harvest Middle School, the school leadership used social media to establish a pallet bulletin board for students to post where they can go to say something to a trusted adult. We also saw at another school where they made a trusted adult hall of fame where they highlighted different trusted adults on campus that students knew that they could go to, and so many other amazing ideas and activities. So once again, 3 steps to being successful: organize and plan, conduct student training, engage the school community. We are extremely excited about everything that is to come, everything that is going to happen as a part of your Say Something Call to Action Week, February 25th to March 1st, 2019. We wish you the best success, and we cannot wait as an organization, Sandy Hook Promise, to see the videos, the pictures, to go on social media and see that students across the nation are being upstanders and they are pushing the Say Something program. Thank you so much for joining us in this moment, and we are excited, and we'll see you soon.